in Bristol. We're talking Thunder Valley. And Cruz Pedregon, they have been working away on that car. Think of all the things Mike has gone wrong with his car this weekend. He had a brake that didn't work at all during qualifying. He lost the whole qualifying session, and then he had a punctured tire, and then he had the engine explosion, and now that looks a little frantic to me.
Yeah, they're still thrashing on this thing big time. It looks like they're trying to get the idler pulley possibly for that blower belt to make sure they got the proper tension on that, which is very important.
After all that work, wouldn't it be horrible if some small thing? Well, there is Rick Stewart. He's the chief starter, and it's kind of up to him as to how long they can take doing that. I think he's going to give them the benefit of the doubt, though.
Yeah, see that wrench right there? That's the idler pulley that sets the tension on that blower belt. As I said, that's very critical, because if that's not right, they hit that throttle, that blower belt won't stay on for very long.
And they continue to work at it. Just a moment ago, they got the index finger sticking up, which meant 1 minute, 1 minute. They got the bottle of alcohol. It looks like, well, as I've been down here, they're still working on it, trying to get that tensioner tightened up and get it just right. 30 seconds to fire, and now they put the starter on. It looks like they may make it. We'll just have to wait and see, but they're still working inside there. Now they're hooking up the power cable to the starter, so yes, indeed, they are going to try and fire the engine.
Jack Beckman's fired.
They've taken the starter off it. And he's getting out of the car. We basically that idler pulley, if I had a bearing out of it, it just wasn't gonna work.
And they waved it off. They're not going to attempt it. They looked over at Ron Tobler and said, go ahead. Even though they're still frantically trying to work, they told Tobler to go ahead and start it. But I don't know. There's no way they can get this thing started. The belt's loose. He will come out of the car. He will not make the run down the track.
You mentioned Ron Tobler. He used to work with Cruz Pedregon. Now is the chief with Jack Beckman. And Cruz climbing out. And you imagine the disappointment after all they have gone through this weekend.
Yeah, it's a tough break, but you know, that's what happens when you blow the car up like they did in the previous round. It's hard to go through and check everything, and you know, I gotta believe possibly that bearing in that idler pulley might have been seized up, and that would definitely cause a major problem there.
Worked so hard to get into this semifinal, and then it doesn't work out. So Jack Beckman now will go into his first final round here at Thunder Valley. And he'll want to lay down a big number if he can.
No, absolutely. They're going to want lane choice, even though it doesn't seem to make a big difference for the fuel cars. I mean, if something changes, you want to be able to have that choice in lane. So we said before on a single, I mean, if everything's perfect, you just leg it down there. But if something goes wrong, if it goes out there and strikes the tires or maybe even moves out of the groove somewhat, you're just going to step off the throttle, save the parts, and try to make the adjustments for the final round.
Funny car semifinal. Cruz Pedregon takes off the helmet, takes out the earplug. Jack Beckman will face either Jeff Oren or Robert Height. We'll find out who in just a moment.
Nice pass.
411 with a 308 miles an hour.
Hey, Phil.
Well, remember that there was a big explosion and fire on Cruz Pedregon earlier in the day, and that's what they had to come back from, John Kernan.
Yeah, and a disappointed Cruz Pedregon standing on the sidelines right now. And Cruz, you guys gave it a valiant effort, but right there at the then was there like a problem with the bearing on the idler pulley?
Yeah. This has just been one of those weekends, guys battled hard, and we think we had something for Beckman. This car's been trying to run mid-O's all day, but, it's a good weekend for us, good points weekend. We finished in the semis, but we were like, monkey trying to mess with a football in there. But, for Snap-on, everybody supports us. We have a really good car, and, it's too bad we couldn't make it. But there's other days, a long season, and that's what championship teams do. They get knocked around and they dust themselves off and get up, and I think that's what we did this weekend. So thank you guys.
We'll see you next week. Dave Reed?
Well, in talking with the crew chief, Danny DeGennaro, he just told me it indeed was a seized idler pulley. What happens if you go up there and make a run or try to make a run with a seized idler pulley?
Well, there's very little chance of the car actually getting down the track.
For sure, the belt would have come off probably on the burnout. It wasn't worth it.
Well, good call, and he made it along with Cruz Pedregon, and you were right, Mike.